USDA updated the CACFP meal patterns for the first time since 1968. Thanks to these recent updates, you now have even more opportunities to help kids get the nutrition they need to learn, grow, and play. In this video, we will take a look at the updated meal patterns to make sure you are informed with the latest nutrition requirements for the CACFP. These updated meal patterns make sure that meals and snacks served will include a greater variety of vegetables and fruit, more whole grains, and less added sugar and saturated fat. Woo woo, yeah, party! This means higher quality meals served in the CACFP will help young children learn healthy eating habits early and improve the wellness of our adult participants. As a part of the new guidelines, you'll notice that vegetables and fruits are two separate components for lunch, supper, and snack. Also new, a serving of 100% juice can be served one time per day. Why? Juices are low in dietary fiber and higher in calories than the whole fruit or vegetable they are made from. We encourage you to serve more whole foods. Whole grains. One serving a day of grains is to be a whole grain or whole grain rich. Also, we are reducing sugar by eliminating grain-based desserts as a way to contribute to the grain components, which is a source of added sugars and saturated fats. This includes brownies, cakes, cookies, granola bars, cereal bars, pastries, donuts, cinnamon rolls, and other sweet treats. If a 4-year-old perceives it as a dessert or a sweet treat, it is a grain-based dessert. Some other guidelines to help reduce sugar include: yogurt needs to have 23 grams of sugar or less for a 6-ounce serving. Breakfast cereals need to have 6 grams of sugar or less per dry ounce. And milk for children age 1 year must be served unflavored whole milk. Children age 2 to 5 must be served unflavored fat-free or low-fat milk. And finally, we are changing our cooking method guidelines to promote the health of our participants. We cannot deep fry foods on site. So instead, we'll move towards baking, broiling, sautéing, stir-frying, and microwaving. All right, so let's check out the meal patterns. A meal pattern is a guide to help you build healthy, well-balanced meals and snacks. The meal pattern breaks down breakfast, lunch, supper, and snack into required food group components, which come together to build balanced and nutritious meals to provide children with the energy and nutrients they need to learn and grow. Let's meet our 5 meal components. Milk provides carbohydrates, protein, and key nutrients like calcium, potassium, vitamin D, and A. Meat or meat alternates. Our bodies need protein to grow and mend. Protein is found in beef, fish, and poultry, but also in vegetarian sources such as eggs or dairy foods like cheese and yogurt. Vegan sources of protein include beans, other legumes, and tofu. Vegetables. Veggies taste great and are nutrition rock stars. Vegetables are typically low in calories, but high in dietary fiber and key nutrients children need to learn and grow, such as folate, magnesium, potassium, and vitamins A and C. Fruits, like vegetables, are nutrition rock stars. They provide key nutrients and are naturally sweet to eat. Did you know there are over 200 varieties of fruits and vegetables? That is over 200 different flavors, textures, colors, and forms to try. Grains such as wheat, rice, oatmeal, barley, and cornmeal provide dietary fiber, B vitamins, and minerals. Together, these fill you up, prevent heart disease, keep you regular, and fuel your metabolism. Let's break the screen into 3 parts to differentiate the CACFP meal patterns for toddlers, preschoolers, and older children. On the left side, we will show the meal pattern for ages 1 to 2. In the middle section, we'll show the meal pattern for preschool-aged children 3 to 5 years old. On the right side, we'll show the meal pattern for older children ages 6 to 12 and teens 13 to 18. For toddlers, the serving size for breakfast is a half a cup of fluid milk, a quarter cup of vegetables, fruit, or portions of both, and a half serving of grains. Breakfast for preschoolers is the same, but with slightly larger minimum serving sizes: 3/4 of a cup of milk, half a cup of vegetables, fruit, or portions of both, and a half serving of grains. Older children and teens require 1 cup of milk, 1/2 cup of vegetables, fruit, or portions of both, and a serving of grains. Want some menu planning flexibility at breakfast? You can substitute a meat or meat alternate for the entire grain component at breakfast up to 3 times a week. Now let's move on to lunch and supper. Let's take a peek at what we need. Toddlers require a half a cup of milk, 1 ounce of meat or meat alternate, 1/8 cup of vegetables, 1/8 cup of fruits, and a half a serving of grains. Preschoolers require 3/4 cup of milk, 1.5 ounces of meat or meat alternate, 1/4 cup of vegetables, 1/4 cup of fruit, and a half serving of grains. Children require 1 cup of milk, 2 ounces of meat or meat alternate, a half a cup of vegetables, 1/4 cup of fruit, and 1 serving of grains. Finally, let's see what we need for healthy snacks. Snack is a bit different. We only need to choose 2 different components. You've got options. For toddlers and preschoolers, the minimum serving sizes for snacks are the same. Remember, snacks can be made up from 2 components from the 5 components shown below. A half a cup of milk, a half ounce of meat or meat alternate, half a cup of vegetables, a half cup of fruit, and a half serving of grain. Snacks for children 6 and above are also made up from 2 components of the 5 components from the list below. 1 cup of milk, 1 ounce of meat or meat alternate, 3/4 cup of vegetables, 3/4 cup of fruit, and 1 serving of grains. By serving healthy meals and snacks, we have a powerful opportunity to instill healthy habits in young children.